There's like a walkway and everything. Follow me. Like a maze. Seats and everything. Hello, Philip. Do you prefer Philip or Phil? You prefer both. So Philip. Do both.
Make it cosy. Where are we?
You can choose and I'll take the spare one.
That's a neat. Oh shit! Sorry. Stupid. I banged my knee on that thing. Stupid.
So anyway, you went to Rill. Let's talk about Rill.
See that? Quite funny, isn't it?
Look behind you. Look behind you, Norman. Oh, shit!
Oh my god.
Still got the hat.
The hat works, doesn't it? That works. Perhaps I should get one like that. No, I'm old.
So we'll move on from Rill.
72 in October. Halloween. 72.
Any birthday plans, or do you not tend to?
No, you don't.
I don't bother with mine now.
That. I don't do Christmas either.
I don't blame you.
I just give my daughters cash. Don't do cards and all that. I just think seen enough, and I've seen enough Christmases.
If you have a party, we'll all come.
Yeah,
You won't be invited.
Well, if you have a party, we'll all stand on the road and just look through the window and pretend.
I won't ever have a
pretend we're
party.
there.
I won't be
Look through the window with black behind it. It's just there.
Yeah. What if we all just stand out and say we have a party and it's like within the same postcode as you, and then we just tell everybody it's Norman's party?
It's getting weird now.
It's getting a bit weird.
I'd move.
You started it,
I'd
though,
just
by
move.
go to his party, to be honest.
Christ, that's dedication, isn't it? Can you imagine him being on the train?
Can you imagine if it's like had a big diet coke or something?
God, imagine
you go,
that.
do you know what? I need to go to. How easy is it to go to the bathroom? Not in that thing, obviously. That'd be weird, but to remove the costume and go do something.
It's got a flop.
You're not going to fit in a cubicle with that, are you? Really? No. It's not happening. So yeah, we've got a nice
I'm
little.
not even going to start talking about that. It's
If
just-
the party got weird, then
No,
that
just like
conversation's
it
been hide into nothing.
Because you start on the Wii and stuff. I've just had a Wii and now I'm starting to build up for my next one.
Oh, I'll move back. I'll put my feet on the chair, just in case. So how you
That's about it then, isn't it?
That's it, isn't it? Thank you very much for coming. That was very good. Nobody's any questions, let's run. So,
What? Yeah, what do you want to say?
exactly, what do you want to say?
How many? 2, 4, I'm going to say, what's her name sitting next to me? She said she had 5 people or 6 people. And so I'll just say to her, well, I had 2, 4, 6, 7, 10, 12,
Well, one of them's mine, Norman. One of them.
18. Has anyone come to see him?
Don't count my person.
Has anyone come to see?
I've come to see.
Yeah, I got 2 people. You see.
5.
Oh, how many did someone?
5, no, 5.
They're only people I've been nice to during the day, so they, they're just
I only had one person for my photo shoot.
one person.
One, yeah.
I didn't have any people. No one wants to be photographing me, Norman. So
No, that's true.
I had to.
what?
Photos. I met Norman many years ago at Birmingham convention. I have his autograph.
I see.
Someone.
I think I put the photograph. I wasn't the only photograph.
There's a man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hero, medal.
It was a good picture, wasn't it? All white background and all about the same height, and it was nice picture.
Bookends. Yeah. I wish I hadn't said that now.
Yeah.
Party
no,
thing
it
was
just-
weird. Bookends were
I don't know. I just
strange
felt
as
like
well,
saying
wasn't it?
just something random.
Just wasn't funny, was it?
So what do you two want to talk about? That's the thing, isn't it?
Someone wants to ask a question.
You've
I
got
don't mind.
questions, shout questions out.
I'd jabber away about anything all day.
Not real though, because I asked about real. I just got swept. I just
Real?
You didn't mention real. You went to real. You went.
Oh, real.
No, we're talking about
We filmed a thing. Real. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Better Than Life episode. Yeah. On the beach. You remember that? That was real. That's it, really. Yeah, I remember coming there and just thinking, this is wonderful. I've always loved Wales. And Aberystwyth University, played there a few times doing stand-up in the 90s and stuff, and always loved it. And Wales has always been good to me. All the audiences have always been great. Fantastic. I've always liked Wales. And I won't... Jimmy Carr does jokes against Wales, doesn't he? On 8 out of 10 cats and stuff. It's quite funny, but... great people. Tom Jones. Well, except when he killed that in his that song where he did. What's that? My. Delilah. He killed her, didn't he? He felt the knife in his hand. And he'd obviously gone round there to bloody kill her then. I mean, he took the knife, he felt it in his hand. He took the knife to go around and kill her because she'd done the dirty on him.
That's great.
So he killed her. No, I don't know whereabouts.
Aberystwyth, I think.
Was it Aberystwyth?
Might have been Aberystwyth or was it a photo shoot or something?
Which part of Wales is known for people doing random stuff with knives
This
and they don't
room,
realise?
well, hopefully not with
Is it
knives.
here? Right.
This is random.
Llandudno is Wales is knife murder
Is it?
point. Is it?
I hope not, because we're here.
What you were saying?
Newport. I think it'd be near
It's
enough
Newport,
because there were lots of suicides there, weren't there, at one stage with young people? Wasn't it?
This is getting gloomy now.
Yeah.
Let's tune this up. Let's
It's
talk
mainly
about
men
cars.
that kill themselves, men. You know why? Because women are so great. They're much better than men, and a lot of men know that. And they're the men that go, yeah, I can never be like her.
We could have a gender reassignment. Norman, you could have a gender reassignment if you ever felt that you weren't as good as a man.
I think I am a man and a woman.
Combined?
Yeah, I am a man.
I think your female side is
Definitely.
That's
yeah.
what
I,
gives you
yeah,
your-
it definitely got a female side.
good
Yeah.
attraction, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's-
So you can get one breast.
What?
You can get one breast on one side.
Yeah, so you'd
Oh, it's
feel
just a
alright.
bit stupid now.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a bit
it's
stupid.
not. It's bilaterally uneven, isn't it?
The ones I've got, I'm happy with those.
Can we see them?
If you get an autograph downstairs, you
Oh,
can
right,
absolutely,
okay.
it's the new selfie.
I have to say, I've been. This is my first ever convention.
He's never done one before.
I've never. This is my first
We're not going to
convention.
scare him off with it.
I didn't know. They said bring
He's
lots of
really dressed up
photographs.
for it. I mean, he's made a bloody good effort, hasn't he? It's
Do you like-
fantastic. Look what he's got.
What do you think?
Isn't
What do you think, Tim? Good.
That's good.
he? And he's.
But Norman's more
He's-
casual. He
he's
doesn't
only-
need to, because everyone knows Norman.
But
He's-
you
I've got to-
know, you're only 25, so
Show off a bit.
you've got a
Yeah.
long way to go. You know.
25.
He's not.
24.
So you brought lots of photos. You've sold some photos. You saw some autographs, haven't you?
Yeah, done all right.
How many autographs have you sold on your
Don't know.
photos?
Don't-
You know.
What today?
Yeah,
I
today.
don't know. I don't
You don't know?
End
He's
of
so
the day,
modest.
I'll just count up the money and go, Christ, it wasn't worth it, was it? You know what I mean? But I'll worry about that on the train back, on the train back. No, I do enjoy the days. They're quite long, aren't they? Because you're sitting there talking to people all
Yeah.
day.
That's part of the fun, isn't it? That's the main thing. Is talking to
And
people.
I'm quite a gregarious person anyway. So
Outgoing.
I talk to people on the tube in London, and that's unheard of, It's because most people just sit there looking. It's stupid. While you're alive, you should talk, shouldn't to other people.
Do they want to hear stories about Red Dwarf, do you think? Do you want to hear tales of what goes on behind the scenes and all of that?
Well, I talk about more things than that. I mean, I
Well, obviously.
like sport.
You're a man of the world.
Music.
Yeah. Music. What music do you like?
Give him the bloody mic. Yeah, but he
And
won't-
Norman is a big music fan. He loves music. I would put him down as a classical kind of guy.
No, well, Craig says to me, I try to get down with the kids.
Yeah.
And it's bollocks. I just happen to like music. And there's a guy who does signings. He's in his 80s, and I just think, Christ, I hope I don't become you when I'm 80. He said, I stopped listening to music after the Beatles had broken up and Frank Sinatra.
He's missed so much,
And
hasn't
you
he?
just think, what a stupid thing to say. There was much better music than that around, Frank was all right, it's not my cup of tea.
He did it his way, didn't he?
He did it.
New York.
Beatles, I was more of a Stones person. I prefer the Stones.
Stones.
And Spencer Davis, I was a big fan as well.
Spencer Davis.
Steve Winwood, great voice, lovely, great voice.
My sister spilt coffee all over him.
On purpose.
Well, that's
No,
interesting.
she was an extra in one of his music videos, and she was playing the waitress, and she spilled coffee on him. Stevie
That's an
Winwood.
interesting story, isn't it?
It wasn't hot coffee, it was stage.
I think it was
make it.
Could have maimed him, could have killed him.
warm coffee. He apparently is very gracious about it.
Good for him, that's good to hear, isn't it? Didn't punch her like Jim Davidson would have punched her.
Would he?
Would he have
I
punched
reckon, yeah.
That's not good. It's not good at all. Who's got Red Dwarf copies too? Anybody got a Red Dwarf question or a question about amazing
There's
suits?
there's a story, I don't know where we were. Sorry, I'm looking at my Timberland watch. Got a Timberland
It's like,
watch.
oh, get me out of here.
I've got a Timberland rucksack as well, leather one. I'm Timberland mad. I love their stuff. They do some good stuff, Timberland. I'm not representing.
Sponsored by Timberland.
You
Just-
might get a dozen shirts through the mail.
Sorry?
You might get a dozen shirts through
Yeah,
the
they
mail.
do. They do t-shirts, ordinary shirts. They do. All the stuff's quality, good quality. Just
Are you on commission?
just like the Magnum Classic. Unbeatable. How can you eat any of the others?
Well, you can't look white, does it?
So-
Twisters are good, I like them. Twisters.
No, I never had it.
Not as good as a
You
Magnum.
don't like a twister?
Feast get on my nerves.
Feast,
I don't
too
know.
nutty, aren't they?
Feast,
Too
yeah,
nutty.
Feast. The Magnum Classic it's not called that for nothing, is it?
What about a 99 with a flake in it?
Do you know, I bought a 99
Not bad,
a week,
not
it was
bad.
like £2.70 or something. That ain't a 99 anymore. That's a £2.69.
It never was a 99. I don't know where that whole 99 thing came from. You
No,
never paid
99p.
99. No,
Yeah, it
you
used
never
to be
paid
99p.
that.
Yeah,
You're only 25, you don't
You're
know.
just show you don't know.
No, we do. You know, we used to
I
pay
remember
that.
when an ice cream was a couple of bob and you kind of went, that's too much.
Yeah. Now you've got to chip and pin it, haven't you, to get an ice cream? You haven't got enough change in your pocket.
Mind you, those plastic notes, you know, Christ almighty.
Not a fan.
Don't like plastic
No.
notes. They've got little windows in them that you
Still-
can have a look through and see if someone's
you
trying to
can't
steal it.
fold them or anything.
No.
And I spoke to a lady in Tesco, she was serving me, I'd only popped in for some milk and some oranges, and she said to me she'd put one in her pocket and it had slithered out, just crept out. I said, you can't, you've got to cage them, you know, put them in the wallet. I got my wallet out, I said, you've got to put them in there and lock them in. And she was laughing her head off, she laughed her head off, and I said, all right, see you, have a good day and all that. We finished on. So it produced a bit of happiness in the story, but she'd lost a fiver.
Is that not more of a design flaw in the pants or whatever, though? Could be. Not necessarily
No,
a fibre flaw.
they can slip out of your hand, they can just fly out sometimes, the plastic thing. It's just, you know, you talk about Donald Trump, though, you know, to me that's, the plastic notes are far worse.
Thankfully, plastic notes don't tweet yet.
I think everyone's getting used to Trump now, aren't they? He's,
No.
Just mute him on Twitter, it's great.
It's no good if someone kills him. Someone said, oh, someone will kill him.
Oh,
I said, no, if someone did that, you know what would happen, don't you?
100 pence for coming.
There'd be parties
All the
everywhere.
guns would come out in America and they'd be killing all the Texans and everybody.
You know, Trump's a real life Zaphod Beeblebrox, isn't he? Zaphod Beeblebrox, everyone thought he was the ruler of the galaxy. Turns out he's just there to distract people from all the real stuff that's going on. It's like that's what Trump's there for, is to make us all angry, so we're all distracted, while the people in the background just carry on with stuff, is my theory.
With their plastic notes and things to annoy us.
Well, let's talk about Conservatives.
Oh, it's gone very political now. Are we here to escape from all of that?
Osborne and all the money, you know, they just want the money, don't they? It's just completely money and ego, isn't it? And yet it's supposed to be to help all the people from struggling, you know, that's struggling, which a lot of people are. And I get really cross when they get those adverts and it has a little boy going to get water, walking all those miles to get water, or someone that's ill, and they're filming some kid with flies on his eyes and like that, you know, and you just send £3 a month. We shouldn't have to do that. We shouldn't have to do that at all. That should come from the rich people like Paul McCartney and Branson. You know, they just want millions in money's
I give you the next Prime Minister of this Britain, Great Britain. Northern, they're all voting for Northern, aren't they?
No, I couldn't be. I'm not clever enough
That's
to
the
do
thing,
that.
they say the person who wants to be in charge, on no account should you let him be in charge. It's the person who doesn't want to be in charge
Put him in
who's
charge.
going to do the best job, isn't he?
Just when you win, don't have a party. In fact, you wouldn't have a party, would you? You'd have to stand on your own, because otherwise you'd be a member of a party.
I do stand up for Labour. We do this thing, we go around the country doing gigs, and I do stand up there. But sometimes doing that, I just feel, you know, Christ, this is I just think it's just so easy. The world could be a lovely place if you just shared out what we've got, and everyone could be happy. You know, this wealth thing. Richard Branson sued the NHS. He sued them. The bastard.
Yep.
Horrible man.
So what lifts your spirits then? What do you
Nothing.
Nothing.
I think the Albert Einstein thing. I got on my wall. It's got there are people. I haven't even learnt it yet. What the wording is. There are people that see the miracles in the world, and the people that don't see the miracles in the world. Which one are you, sort of thing? And I do agree with that. I do see the miracles. Yeah, there are lovely miracles. I mean, this place itself, just looking at the view out of my hotel window of the bay, that's a miracle, isn't it? It's wonderful.
Beautiful, yeah.
You know, and we speak, you know, we got arms and legs, you know, brains, and it's fantastic, you know. You just think, bloody hell.
Oh, if only everybody could have those things.
Well, that's it. A lot of people
Some people
don't use their brains.
They don't use them, do they?
You should.
I think, yeah, while you're on the earth, you're born, you're a baby, as you know, you don't remember much about that. I've spoke to people, I've met someone once who said they remember when they were 2, and I just think, no, that's bollocks.
Ray Bradbury
What can
said
you
he
remember?
remembered being born. Ray Bradbury.
Oh,
He did.
Sake.
He said he
Has he
remembered
seen the
it.
video or the sketch or whatever?
No, it's true. It was true. It was in an interview, and he said he had this memory right from the beginning of his life. He could remember being born.
I don't remember any now.
Well, they say your long-term memory definitely does get clearer as you get older. I can vouch for that. I can see some things in my mum and dad when I was a little boy, and things like that all coming back, you know, being bullied and stuff. And it does get clearer and clearer. You just
Norman, were you bullied? What was going
yeah,
on
I was.
there?
Yeah, I got bullied. Yeah.
Yeah. Why did they bully you? Just
Because
they
I
could?
looked like a little choir boy.
Right.
I had sort of blonde hair,
Yeah.
and I was the type that you wanted to.
And you were
Get round the
sensitive.
neck,
Sensitive. You weren't a fighter. So that's
No,
why
but the thing that got the fight going for me was starting to play football. I was good at football when I was 10 and 11. I thought, I'm good at this, and I went on to play football. Not only amateur football, but I played till I was 30 in the end. But that toughened me up. It did help me. Football actually helped me. So that was good from that point of view.
Yeah.
But yeah, got bullied, yeah.
Wow. They say if you can survive school, you can survive quite a lot of stuff.
I believe that.
Yeah. You survived school?
I did survive school.
Congratulations.
I was a fast runner.
That was my thing. I was a good runner, yeah.
I wasn't a fighter, but I was very fast at running.
Yeah.
I like to think I invented free running and climbing up trees and straight over walls and across roofs and survived.
I wasn't fast in football, but I was always good at cross country and stuff. Good stamina, you know. So fingers crossed.
Well, I didn't like cross country. Well, it wasn't really cross country. It's round the blocks, round the house.
We went round fields.
You actually went round fields?
Yeah,
Okay.
muddy. If it'd been raining.
We had to run round the streets in this ridiculous little PE kit. And, you know, I felt quite embarrassed about that with me later.
Where did you go to school then?
North London, Edgware.
Edgware, yeah.
Yeah, running around the streets.
You didn't run on the road, did you?
No, pavements.
Say,
I used to walk mostly, and then it was a Welsh. It's always a Welsh PE master, isn't it? Welsh PE master used to come up behind you. Come on, then, run! Come on, run! You know, yeah, all right, and he'd go past you and walk.
That wasn't very Welsh, was it?
No, that was the Welsh.
That was very bad.
Somewhere else for a few years.
Welsh accent. I've noticed there don't actually seem to be many Welsh. There's people from lots of other places here, aren't there?
Yeah,
People
I
come from
haven't
all over.
noticed any real Welsh. Anybody really Welsh here?
What's really Welsh?
Well,
Being Welsh, you know,
having a convincing
Bit more than
accent
little
for a
bit
start.
Welsh, your average amount of Welsh.
really Welsh, you know, just.
Big accent. Here since I was 9.
That counts. That's good. You didn't pick up the accent though.
No, we've been away.
The accent's wasted on you.
Anyone like Charlotte Church or something like that? Oh, did you know one day when I recorded my DVD, which is for sale for £5, I recorded it in, oh Christ, I'm going to get this wrong in a minute. Cardiff, not Cardiff, was it Cardiff or Swansea? I don't know, I can't remember. I think it was Cardiff. And I stayed, they said we couldn't get a hotel for you, Norman. there's a boarding house. It's a really nice boarding house. So I said, oh, that's fine, that'll do me. And we stayed there. And in the morning, sat down, came to breakfast, and there were pictures of Charlotte Church meeting the Queen and everything up on the wall. And I said, oh, has he got a Charlotte Church fan lives here? And she said, the lady who served me said, I'm her mother. Wow. Maria. It was Maria. I met her mum. Oh. And a very nice lady and their dog and everything. And I said, oh, I like Charlotte Church. She's great. She's quite political, isn't she? She's very bright. She's good. Yeah, so that was quite a shock. They didn't tell me it was Charlotte Church's mother. So that was interesting.
It's lucky you didn't say anything.
He's got that sent him on his way.
So I hate Charlotte Church.
I hate Charlotte Church.
Which boarding house?
How else are you going to talk about Charlotte Church?
Was she ever in Red Dwarf, Charlotte Church?
No, it'd be good if she was, wouldn't it?
Waste. It's a waste.
Deleted scene somewhere, probably.
There's never any pictures of. Have you noticed? It's all. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it? I thought, oh well, I'm sitting here.
Well,
no. I don't mind.
This is your first convention.
I'll earn it. Next convention, they'll have a picture.
Yeah, this is your first one,
yeah.
so take it easy.
Thanks.
One step at a time.
Right, I don't want to rush things.
So how are you finding your first convention?
Oh, it's delightful, isn't it? It's lovely. I mean, the best thing is just talking to people who are interested in, the science fiction and the fantasy and meeting people like Norman, it's lovely. Yeah.
So what's the favourite question that you've been asked so far? Is the one that stands out above the rest?
I've just been asking people what they've particularly been enjoying here, and that gets people talking about why they're interested in being here and what they've seen, It's quite sort of quiet. People are quite shy, quite a lot of people. And, they're a bit startled when I sort of, a bit brash, and I call them over and I say, hello, what are you doing here? Welcome to our planet, and they're not sure if they want to be on my planet.
Is that what you say to them?
I do. I say that.
I don't go for that.
It's too much, isn't it?
I just sound like a...
Well, you've got the natural charm,
I'm just myself.
Yeah.
I can't bear all that showbiz bullshit.
No, showbiz. Bullshit.
Hello, how are you? Yeah.
Hello, how are you?
Hate it.
No.
That reminded me of Robert Llewellyn, that was. Hello.
Should I not do that then? Have I been going down the wrong path?
Quite possibly, yeah. Try though.
I think I need some mentoring, is what I want from you, to be natural.
I don't know, I just go with the flow and try not to say anything outrageous that would get me into trouble.
Right, because you nearly said something about Charlotte Church then.
He did say the boarding house was very nice and the mums loved it. So
I know, he caught himself in time, didn't he? It could have gone either way.
There were no problems with Charlotte Church. We did go out together many years ago.
I was wondering about that.
I kept quiet about that in front of
Yeah. You're a gentleman.
No, I've never met her.
Was it her?
I've never met her in my life. But her mum was very nice, very nice.
Didn't go out with
Is
her
she an
mum.
only child?
The way she, yeah, probably.
The
Judgmental.
Yeah, you can't really. Never generalise. That's something I've learned as I've got older. Never generalise.
That's quite specific though for...
Well, I'm just saying, if you think all that, like, when I'm thinking, here's a little example. You think all the people that went to Oxford and Cambridge that are in comedy and acting that you meet and they're quite, Rowan Atkinson, when I met him, I thought he was an arrogant little bastard. And I didn't like him, and quite a few are like that. But then you meet Stephen Fry, and you just think, oh, this is one of the nicest people you could ever meet, who would talk to anybody and just nice. So you can't just say, oh, they're all like that. Do you know what I mean? They're not. And even the Conservatives, there would be some Conservatives I
Quite
could
nice,
meet
some of them.
that would be nice people, surely.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was in Glastonbury, 2000 and, I don't know, early 2000s, and I was walking along, it was in the day, and I met Mark Thomas. You've heard of Mark Thomas?
Always good.
And he was saying, oh, I'll get some champagne, let's celebrate. And I said, Mark, what are you celebrating? He said, oh, a Conservative was found dead, slumped in one of the lavatories. And I said, did you know him? He went, no. I said, well, you shouldn't be celebrating his death. I said he might have kids and he might be all right. He might be, I told him off, And he did, and Mark sort of went, yeah, fair enough, yeah. He took it very well. But he died, bloke died in a laboratory. He'd obviously taken drugs, he'd gone there, but he did have kids apparently. He was 50 something, I don't know. So,
Or maybe just choked on his own principles.
that's funny. I like it. Did you steal that joke?
I'm not political myself. Although I don't like fascists. Can I just go on record saying I don't like fascists, even the nice ones?
You are evidence of record. Any questions for these two wonderful, crazy people? He's wobbling, you can see the cosplay wobbling.
The whole thing's going up and down, yeah.
He's either laughing or he's had one too much Diet Coke and needs to go to the bathroom. I don't know which one.
Is that a pig on your back or two dogs?
They're meant to be wolves.
Wolves, yeah, that's good, yeah, I like it. And what programme is this? What show is this?
It's from a board game.
A board game, crikey. God, if you some people playing that and you just turned up all of a sudden, knocked on the door, that'd freak them out, wouldn't it?
You say that because a good many people on the group I'm connected to, they actually go down to the workshop to surprise everybody when they're playing the game.
That's great, yeah. I like that, it's a nice story. Thanks for coming.
Any questions?
That's it, time's up, half an hour goes quick, isn't it?
Okay, just got a quick one for Philip.
Oh,
That's Doctor Who, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think about the woman Doctor Who? You looking forward to that?
Oh God, I've had enough of that, to be honest. Like, everyone's saying, oh, I don't like it because she's a woman. And you know, I'm like, get on with it. I just want to see the series. Well, anyway.
I'm looking forward to it. She's supposed to be great.
he's got a question for me, Norman. Norman, he wants to ask me.
Let's just stall you.
Well, that's why I'm trying to deflect it.
I know the person asking
It's
it.
me, really. That's what we're here to
So, Philip, what was the question you were being
What can I
asked?
do for you?
Alright. Basically, because you worked on, obviously, the reimagining or remake of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
Yeah.
which version do you personally prefer? Like the Gene Wilder version or the one, your version?
Well, I have to say that Gene Wilder was one of the most lovable people you ever see on screen, isn't he? I mean, you just fall in love with him as Willy Wonka.
Oh, of course.
I do like the one that I'm in, though, and I don't think it's just... I think it's... I never read Roald Dahl when I was a kid. I read some of the adult novels when I was growing up, so I didn't have that allegiance to them in the first place. So when I was asked to do, you know, the second movie, I was delighted, and I love it. I mean, the favourite bit is don't touch the squirrel's nuts. That's probably the best line. No, I think it's very good. I like the original as well. I mean, how can you not like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Willy Wonka. Yeah.
Not my type of thing, really.
Because I read somewhere, Norman, that you're not a massive science fiction fan. What are your favourite types of films or shows to watch?
Convention, and they sort of booed me, in a nice way. They booed me. I said, I'm not really a sci-fi.
See, I love it. I love science fiction. I read it from when I was a little kid. I discovered the shelves of science fiction in the library. I just went through it all. I love it.
I was more Winnie the Pooh, really.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Winnie the Pooh.
That's my favourite as well, Winnie the Pooh.
It was a very memorable book.
You'd make a good Pooh.
I hope he doesn't. We're on stage. That's just weird.
No, don't bring it down. No, maybe Eeyore. Maybe Eeyore. Eeyore.
They do it, yeah, it would make a good Eeyore. What are you trying to say? What do you mean? Why would he make a good Eeyore? He would, but...
Have you seen the new one? The new one with Christopher Robin?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's really good.
What is it, a TV?
No, it's a new movie.
A
But
movie? Winnie the Pooh movie, is it?
it's people who like Winnie the Pooh, but I don't know what town.
What's the title of it? Is
Christopher Robin, it's
it on Netflix?
That the Ewan McGregor one? Yeah.
Oh, cinema. My daughter's in a film, my young daughter, Kitty, just done a film called Caliber. And it's what are you laughing at? Caliber is bloody grim. She's done a little part in it, she's really good in it. And I've got to say, oh God.
You said there was no pictures.
And I got to say that I've watched it twice, and I'm not just saying it because Kitty's in it. It's a great film, Caliber on Netflix. Yeah, have a look at it.
What type of role does she play? What is Caliber about?
She plays this sort of cheeky young girl, and she's good at doing that. She's good at that. And but the whole thing is actually the scenery. It's a Scottish thing. These two boys go hunting. They do some hunting, and then as soon as you see that, you go, "Oh no, they're going to shoot a deer." I'm not going to say any more, and that's when the problem starts. As soon as he's about to shoot that deer, it all changes. And it's really good. It's quite grim and stuff, but I watched it again. I've even watched it again. And I was so pleased for her when she told me she'd got that, and it was on Netflix. And I just thought, good brand, and Jenny and Claire, really. That's it, but now there's loads of them. And she said to me, "Oh, I've done that. I did that when I was 10. But she's I don't know, it's great. I'm really pleased for her.
Did you enjoy the experience of acting?
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does enjoy it. Yeah, she's funny, very funny girl. They're both funny, but Kitty's very funny. She's very funny.
I wonder where she gets that from. Norman, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you funny, Phil?
No, clearly not. No.
Would you ever like to be funny, or is it?
I long to be funny. I just never see the funny side of anything. I wake up in the morning, I look at myself in the mirror, I just cry. I should be laughing, you see, but I'm not. I'm just... I'll read the newspaper. You never have, everything is good, is it, today? It's always, no, it's all the bad stuff that's happening.
Yeah, but I think that's why music and watching comedy, I love comedy. I like watching 8 out of 10 Cats does Countdown, and Would I Lie to You? I quite like, well, I've seen them all now, and you just think, it comes on and you just think, oh Christ, I've seen this one. But there's some funny bits in there. What's happening now? It's time for the next one, isn't it?
Another 5 minutes.
Have you come in to see somebody speaking that isn't on this stage?
Just nod if you've come in to see Norman and Phil. Yes, there we go. They're all nodding.
Should we start again from the beginning?
Start again. Rewind.
There's some young children. I better stop.
Oh, they're going.
They've gone now.
No, they probably look at those bulldog kids.
They're like, he's not Star Wars. What's all about?
Star Wars is the biggest attraction now, isn't it? But loads of people, if you ask them what they're fans of, it's always Star Wars.
What's your problem, mate? What's your problem?
Don't heckle the audience.
Find out what his problem is, and we go.
You see him, he's a troublemaker. Look, he's looking the wrong way on purpose.
Tell.
Just to freak us out.
Bob sort him out. Troublemaker. Just eject him out.
You want some trouble, mate? You looking for trouble? You come to the right place.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll get you in that ring and chuck you around. Oh, those wrestlers were rubbish, weren't they?
I didn't see him.
I could tell it's the worst wrestling I've seen. I've seen a few. It's always been fake wrestling, but it just wasn't. There was bits that were really bad.
You should have shown them how it should be done.
Yeah, I was terrified of going. I hope there's none here because they're going to say, "Yeah, come in the ring, mate."
Yeah, try it.
No,
you would, but you'd kill them.
Boxing. I like boxing. Boxing for real. I quite like boxing. That's quite good. I did boxing before I did football, and I definitely decided I wasn't cut out for boxing. Football was right. I like football. Got short legs. That's handy. You see a lot of footballers short legs. What is it? Your bottom's lower, so you've got a better centre of gravity. What do you got?
Centre of gravity.
Yeah, for not keeping on your feet. Look at Messi. Look at him. Oh, I was sort of nearly as good as him, sort of thing. That was crap compared to him.
Did you enjoy playing football? Well, that's the main
Loved
thing.
it. Yeah, enjoy it. That's the thing. You've got to enjoy things, haven't you? You've got to try and enjoy your job as well, which I know a lot of people don't enjoy. Bus drivers don't seem very happy, do they?
The thing is, like, what looks fun about being a bus driver?
No,
you don't like to talk to passengers anymore. You drive the same route constantly.
Yeah.
It just looks a bit.
It's a tough gig. There's a hand up there.
Please keep you reenacting the old skits, like the intro of the show.
Can you sort of say that again? Because I couldn't hear it.
Like when you're on the show, the intro of the show, you do the skits.
You know the intro to one of your shows? You do the little skits at the beginning of one.
Oh yeah, the second series they did that, didn't they? Where I came up
Yeah.
and did a joke and then disappeared. That was good. I really enjoyed that. I was really upset that I had to leave. I didn't want to leave, but I had no choice. And I thought, oh, that was good. That's an improvement from the first series.
Is that where Hattie Hayridge took over?
Yeah, Hattie Hayridge came in after that. They promised me, they said, as we're actually talking about Red Dwarf now, they said, oh, we'll replace your character with someone completely different to yourself. Who did they get? You know, a female version of me. Because she, you know, it's always the same, isn't it, when they do that, when someone replaces a character. I think the same with Fools and Horses with the granddad. Did he die, the granddad? They got another granddad. But when they do it, they just think, they never... I know Kathy Burke went up for it, apparently. And she's so honest, that girl. She's great, she's wonderful. And she said, these are Norman's lines. That's what she said, so she didn't want to do the job.
What was one of your favourite opening skits from those? Have you got one that springs to mind?
No.
No?
There's a sexist one, isn't there, about Felicity Kendall's bottom or something? We flew around that a few times. Something, do you remember? A bit sexist, really, for Holly, but because he's a good person.
Thinks the best of everyone, doesn't he?
He does, yeah, he's a good person.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
What's it like working with the cast of Red Dwarf? Do you still keep in touch with
I hate them all. We keep in touch. I mean, I did the last episode of Series 12, a year and a bit ago, was it? A year and a half ago? I don't know when we recorded it. Time just flies. Time goes quicker when you get older as well. It's shit.
September now. How dark.
I was glad to get out of that hot weather in London, though. Oh, God, it's getting on my nerves, that was. I can't wait to get my 9.5 tog out. Any time now, ready for that.
Not long now.
There was a tog in the hotel. I was happily under that. I had the heating on in the hotel last night. That cold. But London is just a humid. What was the question?
What was it like working with the cast?
Yeah, we got on well. I mean, I think that's important. It's the same with football teams and people like that. Off the pitch, in that dressing room, there should be banter. You should get on, take the mickey out of each other, healthy sort of banter, and go out. And that reflects in the game how you play as a team. And that sort of happened with Red Dwarf as well. We got on well. You know, even with Chris and Rimmer, there was a bit of like they were different. Scouser, Craig, and Chris sort of father was an officer and all that. But that played an important part in their characters. You know, they had to hate each other really, and they didn't really hate each other, but they were very different as people. You know, and that helped. But now, lots of the part of the characters, there's lots of us in that character that you see. With Craig and Chris, and I say that to Chris, he went, no, I'm nothing like Rimmer. And as Chris has got older, he's more like Rimmer than ever, he really is. He really is. He's smashing, Chris, he's great. And Danny doing Strictly, I'm going to be watching bloody Strictly now, I can't believe it. You know, things like that. Well, on Saturday night, Casualty, Strictly, wouldn't go near it with a pair of tongs or gloves on, you know, just ridiculous. Oh.
Would you like to do Strictly?
No.
Why is that? I think you're a natural mover with your low centre of gravity.
I'm a good dancer, actually. I know I shouldn't say this and stuff. I don't go, but I can. I do. You know, Theresa May. I'm the opposite to her. I've got movement. I can do movement and find it very easy to, you know, sort of do all that. And I can do it. I know I can do it, but I don't really want to.
Does anyone want to come up onto stage and have a dance with Norman right now?
I just, you know, it's relaxing and it's creative. It's almost like comedy of ad-libbing and stuff. It's just something inside of you that you can do, you know. Well, look at that stuff I did with Tongue Tied. You know, I was just so. If you watch the beat, I was spot on. The rhythm was spot on. I don't know what I'm talking about.
The final question at the front, yeah.
Oh, I think Danny, the first thing I remember about Danny, he had a black Jeep and his registration number was DJJ A1. Danny John Jules A1. That's the first thing I saw. I thought, oh yes. And he's the more showbiz one, but no, he's a lovely bloke. We had a laugh. And he knew I was a comedian. And he's good at comebacks himself. He's very good at doing ad-libs and stuff like that, but we used to be really ruthless. He said the accent he said was James Brown and Richard Pryor. He sort of got that American thing, but it was very natural for him to do that. Yeah, it was a piece of cake for him, really, you know. And that day, the banter, Craig sitting there, I'm sitting with Danny, and Danny looked at Craig and went, he's sitting on the fence because he's mixed race. You get what I mean? He's not sure if he's black or white. Now, if I'd have said that would have been terrible, but the fact that a black man said it, I found that so hilarious. That was so funny. Yeah, probably if you said that today, we'd get hung or something. Stoned. Whipped.
All right.
Back to...
It's getting scary now, isn't it?
Destruction.
I think we'll wrap this one up. It's
Yeah,
going to get dangerous, isn't it?
I haven't had a good night's sleep, let's be honest with you. I watched the football, the Women's World Cup. Did anyone watch that last night? Christ, nobody? And then I watched the cricket on Channel 5, England, India. No? And 8 out of 10 cats I watched. She was quite good, wasn't it? Quite a good episode. Yeah, then I tried to go to sleep. About 7 pillows to try out. All pretty much the same. It's like they're full of, I don't know, cotton wool. Yeah, just, and then I think all I slept was about from 4 till 6, I think. A couple of hours, that's all I got in bed. Great view from the window, lovely, but not good at sleeping.
Oh, well, on that
note, yes. Big round of applause for Philip and Nora, please. Catch up with them both downstairs. We'll see what wonderful goodies they've got on their desks.